in the Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, we get a very raw and straightforward observation from the Devas, who are devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and who know He's appearing in the world. They say, "O Lord, your transcendental name and form are not ascertained by those who merely speculate on the path of imagination. Your name, form, and attributes can be ascertained only through devotional service." And the chanting of Hare Kṛṣṇa is a purely devotional activity. It's actually universal. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu propagated a path that's already well known all over the world. Every culture has a rosary or prayer beads or some kind of meditative process, thinking of or uttering the names of God. But he took it to the highest limit as the way to redevelop one's relationship with Krishna. And he gave the essential teachings of the chanting, which oftentimes are not very clearly explained. And in some traditions, where the name of God is revered, there's a stricture that one shouldn't utter the name of God, because it's so sacred that if we happen to say it in a way that is not reverent enough, we may make an offense. When that was brought up to Prabhupada, he said, yes, we also have that. That's why we have 10 offenses to consider. That brings us to the mood of chanting. It's not necessarily mechanical, although it is important in the beginning when we're still facing the obstacles that lie before us for attaining steadiness, called nishtha. There's one particular obstacle, which is that we may become indifferent to chanting. Although Krishna is non-different from his name, and although the process is simple, our minds may become blank or bored and think of some other kind of variety of the material world. This is why practice is required, because that's an obstacle to our ultimate well-being and happiness in life, which is to reconnect with Krishna. When we talk about crossing the ocean of material existence, we talk about crossing over these conditions of mind that prevent us from steadiness in Krishna consciousness. And one of them is this sense that chanting Hare Kṛṣṇa is boring. That can be counteracted by numerical strength. Saṅkhyā-pūrvaka-nāma-gāna-nātibhiḥ. It means even though you may not see the result right away, you still have to show up and do your number. You have to count it. And you have to do it every day, and you can't skip it. That's what determination looks like, and that's what seriousness looks like in spiritual life. That's necessary. So, preaching to the choir here, thank you very much, everyone who's come here to do your numbers, and also to sincerely try to enter into the mood of chanting, which is purely devotional. It's remembering that Krishna is our maintainer, Krishna is our protector, and that we have no separate interest from Krishna. When we actually feel we have no separate interest from Krishna, then we're perfectly situated. And it's only the considerations that there's something else besides this that will make me happy, that keep me in fear and keep me in a sense of wanting in this world. Everything is available in Krishna. He's the best friend of each of us, and he fulfills all desires. His name is Vaisesika. Vaisesika means that if a devotee just tries to remember Krishna, then Krishna has the tendency to shower benedictions upon such a living entity, has the inclination to satisfy all the desires of that living entity, and also to remove any miseries from the life of such a person. What do you think of that? Maybe worth trying, right? So this is the process recommended by Shukadev Goswami, all the previous acharyas, by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very specifically. And I congratulate everyone who's online, showed up for this, everyone who joined in the studio, and devotees all over the world who are chanting, because it's the most important thing that's going on in Silicon Valley. Not some meeting with India right now, because it's nighttime there and it's early here, and that's the reason they woke up in the morning, to make some deal. The only real deal we have to make is with our sadhana and our bond with Krishna. We have to sign that deal before we leave this world. Otherwise, it's like a useless trip to the airport where you miss your plane. So, let's get on it. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, quick mention that there's two parts to chanting. One is to make the sound and the other is to listen. One without the other is not as effective. In fact, as a point of guidance, we hear after we recite 10 offenses that one should not remain inattentive. So in considering listening, it's a concept. It's a real thing. There's a word, listen, listening. As a verb, to pay attention to sound. This is the definition. To pay attention to sound. To hear something with thoughtful attention. Just think, what is thoughtful attention? And give consideration. To be alert to catch an expected sound. And then, when you look at the etymology, Middle English, listnen, from Old English, listnen, akin to Sanskrit, shroshati, he hears. Old English, chlud, or loud. So it comes from Sanskrit somehow. And it's not passive. It's active. One should be alert to catch an expected sound. Are you expecting anything from the holy name? Yeah, you're expecting everything. So be alert to catch it. And just ask yourself, am I giving thoughtful attention to the sound that I'm creating? And the first definition is to pay attention to sound. Paying something means you're using one of your assets. You're giving in return for something else. So there's two things in chanting Hare Kṛṣṇa. The first one is chant. Second is, and listen means to pay attention, to give thoughtful attention and consideration, and to be alert to catch an expected sound. Hare Kṛṣṇa. Two parts, not one. Gaur Premanande. Hare Kṛṣṇa. Pure review. Let's have a review. Any of the points you heard? There's peer review, P-E-E-R. This is not that. It's P-U-R-E. Purely reviewing what we heard so far. Go ahead. What are you taking away? What point?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So I think the second definition that you told, that carefully attends to the expected sound.
To be alert to catch an expected sound.
The expected sound. And I was saying that in my mind there are so many unexpected sound is also going. And that maybe unexpected sound because of the week, the work, or services, this, that. But it's very important to know what is expected sound. And in this case, what you told, that whatever is speaking, the Hare Krishna mantra, that is the only the expected. All other are unexpected. So I was seeing that contrast. There is expected and unexpected. Both are going on in my mind.
Well done, sir. Well done, sir. Okay, more pure review. Yes. What did you hear?
Hare Krishna. The definition of listen, pay careful attention reminds me of the quote that you often say from Bhakta Thomas Jefferson, the price of freedom is constant vigilance. And last night Vijay Prabhu shared that Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, whenever he felt like he wasn't paying careful attention, he would go back 1 or 2 beats and chant those mantras again, just so his mind wouldn't pull a fast one on him.
Yeah, I had a godbrother, Vijatatma. He's still here. Not here, but he's in Vrindavan. He used to take forever to chant his rounds. And we asked him what happened. Why is he so slow? And he said, anytime I make a mistake, I don't hear when I start over. Not go back 2 beats. He was chanting all day. Thank you. Okay, 2 more.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. One of the definition that you mentioned about listen is paying attention. I never thought of paying as something of value. And you mentioned we are giving it's a valuable asset that we are giving to listening of the chanting of the holy name. So that was very powerful. I thought, yes, the only valuable thing I have is to be thoughtful and to give my attention to the holy name. So that was very powerful, I thought.
Yes. It's an important metaphor. Last one.
Hare Krishna. You were talking about how it's a 2-step process of chanting.
2 steps, not 1.
2 steps of chanting and then listening. And the moment you said that, I started to recognize that there were moments when I was missing one or the other. While I was chanting, or I was taking a pause, and maybe I'm listening to others around and I'm not chanting anymore. So I started to acknowledge that more. And then you were talking about how people could be doing anything in the morning at 6 a.m. And what caught me was the only deal that you have to make in this life is with the holy name and Krishna. And you have to make that before you leave. And that was impactful.
Sign the contract. Get it done. Ultimo. Saigo. Last one.
Hi Krishna Maharaj. So something that's helping me off late is these earplugs. Because
The what?
Earplug? The
Yoga glasses? You put it on, you can hear the holy name. What is it?
earplug.
Earplugs.
So when you put earplug and when you chant, then what happens is you're actually listening to your own voice, and because you want to listen to your own voice, you actually chant more loudly. And so it becomes very clear, and you can't hear anything else besides. So
That's bona fide. It's very bona fide. Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentions that you may make any adjustment that you need to, including going in a closet and putting a chadar over your head in order to be more focused on the holy name. So very good for you for making some adjustment. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Panchatattva, Shri Harinam Prabhu, if you so desire, please give us inner strength to listen when we're chanting the holy name of the Lord, so we can give proper reverence to your appearance in the avatar of the holy name. Thank you for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Everyone who feels he or she can improve their listening power, please say Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Kripa Sindhave Vachapatitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.